Hi, I'm going to introduce Bryant Zebedy. We just met actually today, and when you first met him, and the first impression is he's very softly spoken. But a few minutes into the conversation, I was struck by his thoughtfulness and his passion for what he does, which is to protect and also improve the environment of his home country, Marshall Islands, which is a very small island country in the North Pacific. He organizes a lot of people to clean up the beaches, to go underwater, collect their garbage. He organizes events to create more awareness for the issue, initiates social media campaigns, and all the while, he's still a student in university, studying marine biology, right? Yeah, so I'm sure that he's going to become a great marine scientist, and therefore combining career with his passion and turning a passion into a fabulous career. So I'll let Brian to talk about the cause he's so passionate about. Please.
First of all, I'd like to say hello to all, distinguished guests, fellow delegates, counselors. My name is Bryant Zebedy, and I come from the Republic of the Marshall Islands. The Marshall Islands is a small nation in the North Pacific consisting of 29 coral atolls and 5 islands. They say that if global warming reaches 2 degrees above pre-industrial levels, we will disappear. Long ago, the ocean has provided food sources for my people when droughts occurred. Its fish and other forms of aquatic life has aided my people through great famines and periods of drought. The ocean has always been a source of power and a source of food. But today, thinking about the ocean haunts me. Sea level is just half a foot from ground when high tide strikes, and king tide, they flood our homes. My grandaunt's house was almost washed away earlier this year. All the people in my country, including me, are all victims of climate change. We do not sleep well because we do not know when the next tidal wave could come. Because of this fear, we have erected seawalls all over my home island, Majuro. This process is not permanently sustainable to my island, but coastal erosion is getting in our way. My people are building these seawalls to protect their homes from the ocean. Our islands, they are continually being eroded, and our only solution is to build these unnatural shields to protect us. In the Marshalls, we strive for a healthy environment and are taking actions to clean our environment in order to keep it inhabited. Beach cleanups and underwater cleanups are often conducted by young, dedicated people like all of us in here several times a year. In our recent underwater cleanup, my friends and I, along with a great group of community, collected up to 3,000 pounds underwater. We find on the ocean as much as on land. Now this trash comes from islanders, tourists, and even fishing vessels docked in our lagoons. More than 40% of greenhouse gases emissions come from the way we produce, consume, and dispose of our products. And these cleanups, they are actions to cease pollutions in order to reduce emissions, to redeem our islands. And so, it is a way that we want to show the world that we do not want to be climate refugees one day. We have managed to stabilize our waste because we bear hope that our country will be able to survive in the future. Even if we have these certain issues, our contributions to global warming are a fraction of larger countries' emissions. Atoll nations like mine are on the forefront of extinction due to sea level rising. We've begun to dredge our reefs for sand to build seawalls. But how sustainable is this practice? People ask us. We know this is not a long-term solution, but 2 degrees of greenhouse gases? It'll drown my people. But still, even if my home vanishes, there are always others next in line. May I ask all those of you who are from island nations and whose homes are at risk to please stand up. Can anyone from a small island nation please stand up? You see, within our lifetime, these countries' flags won't be able to be in One Young World opening ceremonies because they won't exist. This is why we must consider 1.5 degrees of global warming to be the official temperature limit. Internationally, our extinctions may be decades or even centuries apart, but trust me, we will all be equally extinct. We are all global warming victims. We must make stronger climate movements in order to keep the sustainability in our planet. If we islanders survive, I promise you the whole world will survive. Thank you.